running for president don't have that same passion. You might want to consider running for president.
I would love to be elected president of the United States. I would love to be, and the truth is that the country would be unbelievably better off having me as president, not because it's me, but having a president that is committed to telling the truth. Having someone that's running for office that says, hey, you know what? None of this stuff is going to get done if I can't get Congress on the same page. And this is my plan. I'm going to have every day, to the best of my ability, I'm going to spend at least part of that day with another member of Congress to listen to what they have to say and to try to engage them and to try to learn from them and to try to build common ground with them. Because I understand that only with the executive and the judicial branches working together are we really going to make progress. And in order to do that, it takes time to build relationships, and I'm going to spend as much time as I can doing that. You know what? And if we had a president, if we had somebody campaigning that was honest enough to say that, it'd make a heck of a difference. Instead of these people saying, I'm going to get health care done. Well, you know what? Hillary tried to get health care done. Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to get health care done. A lot of people have tried to get health care done. You don't get health care done without the agreement of the legislature. And to sit there and say that you're going to do that, and without explaining to us how you're going to get the legislature on board with it, is just like saying, you know what, I'm going to walk to the moon this afternoon. I mean, you can say it, but it doesn't make it happen. So that's what all these guys, that's what all these jerks running for president are doing. They're saying all this stuff, and they're not addressing anything about what it takes to make it happen. And that's why they're dishonest. That's why I'd make a great president, because I'd be honest with people.
Well, it's just, I don't see how you think you could be president, Scott. You have no experience in the Congress, House of Representatives. Seems like they seem to think that's a recipe for the presidency. And you look at ratings for Bush that are very, very low, but the Congress and the House ratings are even lower. So it's like the fox guarding the hen house saying, oh, their next president has to have credentials of working with us when they haven't worked together for as long as we've been alive. So kind of comical that a prerequisite, pre-qualification for the presidency is spending time in Congress or in the House.
Well, it really isn't. I mean, we've had governors that were never in Washington being elected president. But the fact of the matter is it's a matter of energy. It has nothing to do with anything but energy. If I had enough energy and congruency right now, I could go from where I am right now to being president of the United States. As an extreme example, the one I like to use is if Christ came here and he started healing people and everything, and he said, for me to confer the maximum benefit on the world, I need to be elected president of the United States. Boy, I'll tell you, you'd have amendments flying through the Congress and the states, and they would amend the Constitution, or however they had to do it, to make sure that somebody with that level of energy that was healing people left, right, and center had the resources that were asked for to confer the maximum benefit. So it doesn't really have to do with anything other than the amount of energy. And the amount of energy is only one thing. It's the amount of inner congruency. So if I had a level of inner congruency that was sufficient to allow that level of energy to come through, I would be the next president of the United States. And the only reason that I'm not the next president of the United States now is that I haven't reached that level of congruency.
Well,
and that's the kind of honesty that we need.
Yeah. Well, Scott Friedman for presidency. How long do we have to wait? 4 years?
You know what? I mean, it's only a matter of my own growth and congruency. If my growth and congruency never gets there, it'll never happen. If it gets there this afternoon, it'll happen this afternoon.